What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige with Paige, and today we're going to be doing Cluedo chooses my April TBR. In April, the Magical Readathon is happening, so Cluedo is going to be choosing my Magical TBR. I have decided to go for the Alchemist career, so there are 10 prompts that I need to fulfill. Usually for Cluedo, we could end up between 5 and 10, 12 books, so we'll see how that goes, and if I do need to add on any more, I will let you know at the end of the video. Also, the Magical Readathon is the readathon that has been created by G from Book Roast, and we are traveling to the Orilium Academy for the spring Equinox. So I am so excited to have this readathon be happening again, and I'm so excited to be able to participate. There's a lot to talk about. So let's jump over to talk through the cards that I have revealed, and if I need to make any changes to the game for future rounds, we'll be able to discuss that then. Hello my loves. So before we dive into the actual gameplay, we need to finalize this off and see if I am doing another round on this board or if we are resetting. So in the billiard room, we were using the roll of read prompts for last month. So I needed to read a book with a main character over 30 and a book that Mel recommends. For a book that Mel recommends, I went with Jurassic Park, and I have read this. And for protagonist over 30, I chose Discovery of Witches, and I have read this. So I can see what these two cards are here. So we've got Conservatory and Candlestick, and Ash kindly laid these out so beautifully, so I'm going to try and match that. And then in the library we had Favourite Author's First Book and Gifted or From a Sub box. So for Favourite Author's First Book, I read The Gremlins by Roald Dahl, and for Gifted From or From a Sub box, I decided a NetGalley arc has been gifted to me, so I chose Nettle and Bone, and I have read that. So I get to look at these, and that means we're gonna find out what's in this file. In the library we had The Lounge and Mr. Green. So having a look at the little sheet here, I accuse Professor Plum in the ballroom with the lead pipe. So let's see if I'm correct. So we've got lead pipe, Professor Plum, and the ballroom. Yay! So I'm actually going to get Ash to reset the board while I go make up our reward thing, so I can talk through all the changes that are happening for the upcoming rounds. So I'll see you back here in just a moment. Ash has reset the board and we're ready to go, but first I need to pick a reward. There's only 13 in this mammoth mug. I just couldn't be fucked thinking of more. Most of these are from a book fiend named Mel. These are her ideas, but these are going to stay in this cup that we use for decoration. So yeah, if I think of any more, I'll fill them up. There is also one in here that if I pull it, I will pull another one just because it's a silly one, and I would like something more than what it is. Here we go. Oh, I'm so excited, my first reward for Cluedo. Let's go. This one. What's it gonna be? Oh, I'm so excited. Are you excited, Ash? I'm excited.
I'm gonna laugh when it's the silly one, like first up.
Oh! Oh no!
It was the silly one, wasn't it?
No.
Oh.
It was the best one ever of a book buying spree.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But this is so good. Oh wow.
Oh no.
So that won't go back in. I will think of another one to replace it and hopefully plenish this jar as we go. But as I'm on a book buying challenge, this won't count towards any of it. But Ash and I will think of the logistics. Yay, that's my reward. That was a good one. Ash is crying in the background. A few changes for this progression. I wanted to tell you that I have more prompts. So I've got the ones that are based off the characters, the rooms, and the weapon. But then I also have included my challenges. So like the Advent Challenge, the Buzzword, the Bookstar Read for the month, the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, 1 Week 1 Shelf, and Read My Rainbow Readathon. So any readathon prompt to help me. And I think that was everything. So I need to put these in my bag. I'll leave January's linked up above so you can see the idea of what happens after one round of play. When revealing any cards in the rooms in the next few months, if they match with the room itself or the person or a weapon that's in there, then I get a little added bonus. And also we are introducing character traits. I'm gonna roll this dice and I have allocated a number to each of the different characters. Depending on what it is what they can do. So for Mr. Green, basically this means Ash is in control and he can do whatever the fuck he wants with the board. So say if I'm playing and I only have the ballroom and the conservatory left, and I'm like here at the end of the round, the next round he can move these cards to ones that have already been exposed, so then I have to work my way around the board. He could move my character and put it somewhere else. He could do whatever the fuck he wants. So that is if I roll a 1, and I'm praying to God I avoid that for the longest time. If I roll a 2, it is Mrs. White, and she is like essentially the butler, so she knows how to move around, and so she can teleport into any room with no rolls for one go. So say I decide, yep, I want to use this straight off the bat, she can just jump straight into the ballroom, I reveal those 2, and then continue on with my other 4 rolls straight from there. So like I said, that's number 2. For number 3, we have Professor Plum. So he's pretty smart and can use deductive reasoning. So what I can do is double up 1 book for 2 prompts. So each room has 2 cards. For that, I can pick 1 book that fills both prompts and read that rather than having to pick 2 separate books. So that's if I roll a 3. If I roll a 4, it's Miss Scarlet, who seduces the second card in the 2 cards again. So I only need to read 1 book and I get to reveal both cards. So I just read the 1 prompt and it will reveal both cards. If I roll a 5, it's Colonel Mustard. So basically this one's a little bit harder. If for any reason there are 2 cards that are in the same room that are weapons, so there's 6 weapons in total. If I reveal the cards and they both have weapons on them, then I get given a free card and I can just go anywhere and pick a card and look at it without having to read the book to match it. And then if I roll a 6, it's Mrs. Peacock, and for that I can choose to go down to 4 rolls for a round instead of my usual 5. The only thing is if I roll, so I used Mrs. Peacock last round, if I roll a 6 again now, I will just re-roll and pick a different character so they're not being done the month before. And this was inspired by Danielle from Bookara, and the prompts that I have that were inspired by the game itself was from Naomi's bookshelf. Here we go. 4. Red! Oh, yes! Red is Miss Scarlet, so I'm gonna move her back to her starting position, which I don't even know where that is. There it is. And so basically I can choose throughout the entirety of the gameplay, it doesn't have to be this round, I can pick just to read 1 book in that room and that is it, which I was sort of hoping for this month because I have a lot going on. But I might want to save it for later on, we'll see. So I think that is everything. Usually I have a big book that I pick, but because of one of my mandatory reads that I will need to do for a read along for this month, I'm not gonna pick one. There we go. As a reward finishing the board, I did get the book buying spree. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it, but we'll definitely let you know in whatever haul that happens to occur in. And so there are the changes that I discussed with the characters now having character traits, which was inspired by Danielle from Bookshara, and with the prompts that are based off the game itself was inspired by Naomi's bookshelf. And yeah, so there's a lot going on. There's quite a few changes happening, but I'm excited. And so let's dive into roll number 1. Roll number 1 of our brand new board. Fuck, I got a 1, which is a challenge. So for roll number 1, we got a challenge, so let's see what I'll be doing. So I've got my prompts here. So let's see what our first challenge is gonna be. Oh, I'm so excited. Ooh, TBR Pursuit. So I'm gonna go to Jade's. I think she did a mood read last time. Okay, I'll go back to Jade's last round of TBR Pursuit, as I don't have a TBR Pursuit set up for myself from her, so I will go and check hers out. Alrighty, so for challenge number 1, I got Trivia Pursuit, which is Jade from Jade Ray Reads game, and so for that I went and had a look at her February TBR game, I believe, because for March she didn't do one and April hadn't been released as time of filming. Her main thing was an adult fantasy over 300 pages. So for that, I'm going with The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. I haven't read the Malice series by John Gwynne, but I'm very curious too. But this is his newest release, and my friend Jacqueline from Jaxie Jax Reads is keen to read this month. I messaged her being like, do you want to do it for Magical Readathon? And I was like, fuck, I have something else. Oh shit. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, okay, let's do it. So we're doing it. So I'll be reading Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne with her, and I'm super excited. This is going to go towards demonology, which is to read a book that has the word shadow in the title or series name. On to roll number 2. Oh, the anticipation has just significantly grown. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be another challenge. This is not the month that I wanted challenges. I mean, at least it's optional. This could work out in my favor. I don't know. So for roll number 2, we got another challenge. So let's see what we're going to be doing. Here we go. I always get so nervous, but I love this. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So I got Bookish Scavenger Hunt. You will know in 30 seconds what the hell that's gonna look like. Shit. Right. Okay. Yep. Cool. I'm excited. I was not expecting that. I don't think I'm ever expecting any of these. Hello! So, welcome to the Bookish Scavenger Hunt. So last night I got the challenges. I filmed these in all different kinds of order, but I got challenges and I posted it on my community tab, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook to get some prompts, and so we have quite a few. What we're going to do is Ash is going to pull 10. That will be our thing. So the 10th book will be the one that I end up reading. I have 30 seconds to find these books. If I don't, it then gets forfeited and we pull another one until I have that 10 book stack. Just, there are 44 prompts, and so I do want to get through more than just 10, but at the same time we also need to cap it somehow. So decided to go 30 seconds to find the book and then we go from there. I do have a few floating around in my head that I would like to be able to select at the end, but who knows what's gonna happen, and yeah, so I'll give these to Ash and we'll get started.
Number 1, numero uno. This one's from Eleanor, has a subtitle.
Okay, actually I don't think any are here. Nope. Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind.
Pull number 2. This one from Books Joe Reads and Tracy Anderson, has letters of your first name in the title / author's name.
Fuck. Okay. Oh my god, this is not easy. What has a fucking P in it? Oh god! Oh, P-A-I... No, there's no D! No. Oh god! Oh sweet lord.
30 seconds up.
That was hard!
Alright.
Pull number 2, take 2.
This one's from Eleanor, again, over 500 pages.
Yeah. The Mammoth Hunters. This is 784. Pull number 3.
This one's from Through the Pages, a title with the same number of letters as your name.
Oh lord. Horns. Horns. 5. P-A-I-G-E. Ha! Yeah, look at me go. I've only fucked up once. Pull number 4.
This one's Books Joe Reads, real people / face on the cover.
I should have gone with the other one. Delirium.
You're my delirium.
Yes. Pull number 5.
A book fiend named Mel, a one-word title.
Clean. Whew. Pull number 6. Oh, we're getting to crunch time.
This one's with Reading with Murby. Wanting to read for a while but haven't gotten to.
Oh, The Girl in Red by Christina Henry. I probably wanted to read that for about 2 years. Pull number 7. Yeah.
Yep, Kaz from Cats and Camera. Favourite book, then the closest unread book to it.
Let's just go that. Power to the princess. This is my favourite shelf. Malice is down that end, so that's why I went that way. Otherwise I would have gone with the Tomorrow Pierce. 8.
8. This one's from a book fiend named Mel. Oldest book on your TBR.
I'm just literally going the oldest, and that's probably this edition of Pinocchio.
What about to 9?
9.
This one's from Raylan Gibbons.
Mm-hmm.
An autumnal cover.
When I think of autumn, I think of reds and oranges, so Muse of Nightmares. Alright, pull number 10, this is it. Oh god, I'm panicking.
So this one's from a book fiend named Mel. 3 or more colours on the cover.
I'm gonna go City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. It's got red, black, and blue, and yellow on the title. Oh, that counts, right?
Yeah.
So I will be reading City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, which is our Bookstyle read-along book for the month. As you would have seen, we had the Bookish scavenger hunt. Thank you everyone that submitted things. I have kept that for future scavenger hunts if I need to reuse those, so super excited. And thank you Ash for helping me draw those and help me out. So for that one we ended up getting City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, which is fantastic because this is the Bookstyle read-along for April, and I'm really curious to continue on with the series. I found the first one rather young, so I'm curious to see how we progress throughout the rest of the series. And this is going towards restoration, which features healers. So in the first one, one character healed another, so I'm gonna count that as a healer, and I'm pretty sure they show up in this, so we're just gonna count this. On to roll number 3. 5. Fucking hell. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knocks that out. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we go. Need my bag of prompts. Give it another good shake. Here we go. I would love for one of the new prompts, but obviously I can't see what I'm doing, so the likelihood of that happening when there's over 80 prompts in here is very slim. Ooh, okay. So 5-star prediction. Let's do a second one. Here we go. Oh, okay. So we got one of them. So this is based off the haul for the game, so I have a lot of freedom with that. Cool. So for roll number 3, we ended up in our first room of the game, and so for that I pulled a 5-star prediction, and for that I'm going to read Let Me Lie by Claire McIntosh. This is the last book that I have on the group 5-star predictions that I posted in January of 2021. I have done an updated 2022, so figured it was finally about time to kick this off. This will also be going towards my Read My Rainbow, so that is always good when I can hit those off. And this is going towards Artifice, which is to read an Earth setting. So this is based on Earth. It is a mystery thriller, and I really enjoyed I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh and wanted to get to this one as well. And then I ended up pulling one of the new prompts, which was haul. So this is based off the haul in the game. And these are supposed to be as loose as humanly possible. If I can make even a tenuous stretch, I can go for it. For that one, I've gone with A Spindle Splintered by Alex E. Harrow. So there are images throughout here. Some of them are set in a hall, I believe. I could be mistaken on that front, but I'm pretty sure there is evidence of that in there. And also Ash said, because I hauled it last month and I've been desperate to read it, so here it is. This is going towards Spells and Incantations, which is a short story or short essay or collection. This is a 120-page short story, so I'm gonna count it for that. Also, I apologize, my allergies have been playing up something chronic today, and so we're a mess, but it's fine. On to roll number 4. Motherfucker. 1, 2, 3. So that is another challenge. So I have 3 challenges, but at least that's only optionals. I don't have to read them. But we know me, I'm gonna. And for roll number 4, we got another challenge. So let's see what we're going to be doing. Here we go. Awesome, color wheel. That's easy done. So I'm just gonna load that up now. Color wheel generator. Alright, so I've got a random color wheel and let's see what it picks. Green. Okay, so green. I'll be back with my decisions. And so for the color wheel, I ended up with green, and so I've decided to go with The Beast by Katie Robert. This was gifted to me by Mel from a book fiend named Mel for my birthday, and I was so excited to get to it. The cover is green, the spine is definitely green, so I'm counting it. I love like that I've wanted to continue on with this series. I constantly forgot that I had the ebooks and audiobooks for it. The second I get the physical copy of the next book, it's on a TBR and I'm reading it. So I'm very excited to get to this, which is why it's going towards the astronomy prompt, which is a book at the top of my TBR. So I am so keen. On to roll number 5. Of course, I roll a fucking 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could make it to the fucking ballroom. No, I'm going straight in here. Alright, so another 2 prompts. The first one is ignoring the cross because that was for Twister. 4 plus words in the title. That does not help me in the slightest. And number 2. Oh, you beautiful human. So I got big book, over 500 pages, and this is the only month that I have wanted this to actually be pulled out. Cool. Alrighty, so that is the end of our fresh new round, and we'll see how we go. So for roll number 5, I ended up getting 4 words in the title, and for that I'm going with Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Karaguchi, and I am so excited to get to this. I've bought this for Ash, and then he was like, what about that? That works for Magical Readathon. I was like, yes! There's also currently a tie between 2 books for my Library of the Unread Facebook group read, so this is one option. The other is 6 Crimson Cranes, I believe. Got this on, ready to go, and then hopefully I'll be able to fit 6 Crimson Cranes on in May. All good and fun, and it's also short, which is great. And that is helping towards the animal studies prompt, which is a quick read, so I feel like any short book would work for that nicely, and I feel like it's going to be really poignant, and I'll just fly through it. The final prompt that I got was big book, over 500 pages, and this is the only month I would be ecstatic to get this out. And that is because Krystal from Bon Book Reviews and I are reading The Stand by Stephen King. So this 1,211 page chonker is going to be a mandatory read for Cluedo, and I am so relieved. We are divvying it up so you can read either 40 pages over or 40 to 45 pages over the entire month, or 80 pages and read it over 2 weeks. So I don't know, I'm just going to see how the month takes me and where I'm dying and go there. I'll leave linked up above the announcement to the Stand By Me Along, which is the name of this buddy read, and we will be doing it on Discord. If you want to message, if you don't have Discord and you want to message me on Twitter, I'm more than happy to make a group on Twitter as well, but I will leave down below my buddy reading chaos Discord group, which we can hijack and use for The Stand. That will be there, and I'm very apprehensive but also kind of excited. I've enjoyed a lot of Stephen King's work, which surprised me because I never thought I would say those words. So here we go. Fuck. These 4 books are the books that I have to get to not fail Cluedo and be able to reveal all the cards. These 3 are my optionals, so I would love to get to those, and they are fulfilling prompts for the Magical Readathon. There's only 7 books here and the Alchemist has 10, so my next 3 books. First up we have Alchemy, which is to read a book that features romance. And call me strange, but I'm going to be reading Jingo by Terry Pratchett. There is a romance that happens in this, and I think it's going to actually play a more predominant part in this book. Not necessarily them getting together, but more discussions on it. So it features a romance. It counts. There are so many other contemporary romances I could have put on, but I needed to read this as this is part of the Terrying Through Time, which is a Discord group that I have with Jacqueline from Jaxie Jax Reads, who and I are doing Shadow of the Gods, and Mel from A Book Fiend Named Mel, and Erin from Shiver and Shelves. We're reading in series order. So we've started with the City Watch series and we're now up to book 4, whereas Cara from Bianca Reads and April from April Maximus are reading in chronological order. And I cannot remember what they're up to because I haven't been keeping track. For that, I just worry about myself. So they're reading the 4th book. I know that Cara is also joining in for Jingo, as that was where she got up to on her last reread of Terry Pratchett. So it fits. I'm going to read it. Then I have Elemental Studies, which is to read a book under 100 pages. And so for this, I'm going with Little Free Library, which is a book, I can't remember the name of the author, but a screenshot will be here. Erin sent this one saying that she's going to use it for the Buzz Wordathon, and also if it fits in with Magical Readathon, fantastic. So I'm also going to do that because I only own one other book that is under 100 pages and I don't want to read it. 13 pages over 75. So I'm going with the 13 one, and I'm actually really excited to get to this. The last book that I need to get to complete the Alchemist career needs to fulfill the prompt of Lore, which is a mythology inspired book. So I'm going with Lore Olympus by Rachel Smythe. This is a Hades and Persephone retelling and is a graphic novel, and I am so excited to pick this up. I've wanted to since I bought it, and now I'm finally getting to it, and I'm very excited for this fact. That is the Alchemist career. Because I'm me, I also really like playing with the idea of Godseer, so I need to, if I want to, read an extra 2 more prompts, because why not? Technically Godseer has less, there's 7, but 5 of those I will fulfill with alchemy. So if I'm panicking about getting through everything, then I can jump over to these 2 and still complete a chosen career, is essentially my plan. Also, I like fulfilling every single prompt for the Magical Readathon, so that also ties in with it. The first thing I need to do is Conjuration, which is a book that has a source of light on the cover. So I have an arc of Seasonal Fears by Shauna McGuire, and I would like to read this, so I am putting this on here. There is a candle on the top of the leaf, so that is a source of light, and yeah, I have no idea what it's about, but I know that it is a companion inclusive in the middle grade universe, so we're gonna read it. The other one that will contribute towards the Godseer career is Psionics and Divination, and that is to read a book set in the future. So I'm going with The One by John Mars. I've wanted to read this since I got my hands on it, and I haven't managed to fit it in on a TBR. Fingers crossed we get to this one in April, because I desperately want to. Ash got me the copy and put sticky notes, "You are the one," for me on it, and I've kept them on here because I just love it. It's very wholesome. So that is going towards that one. So that is everything. Collectively, it's 4,391 pages. I'm currently in a slump, so the likelihood of that happening is very slim. Whereas my main essentials would be 3,491, so just taking off The One and Seasonal Fears, but keeping Lore Olympus, Little Free Library, and Jingo. This is what I'll need to get to be able to complete the Alchemist career. But wait, didn't you say you like reading all the prompts for the Magical Readathon? You're missing 2. Yes, I am missing the Art of Illusion and Shapeshifting. I have not picked books for these, and if I somehow manage to claw my way to the very end, I will make that decision when I get there. This is a very intense TBR for me currently. I hope I can do it. I have audiobooks for the majority of these, so that will be okay in helping me along, but again, the stan is just so overwhelming. I did manage to read 14 books last October when I was reading it, so there is the likelihood that I will be okay. A lot of those were at that 100-page mark though, so we'll see. This plus Jingo plus Little Free Library is my TBR for the Magical Readathon, and thank you, Cluedo, for picking me some excellent books. Let me know in the comments, are you participating in the Magical Readathon? I am participating in other readathons, but I don't have my spreadsheet worked out for what gets fulfilled with what, so I'm just rolling with it for the moment, and we'll get to it when we get to it. If you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!